Curtis was deployed on January 4th to Afghanistan. He contacted me saying that he was going to go out into the boonies and he's going to be going for 6 weeks or so, and that he probably wouldn't, there would probably not be any contact between us.
Between 200 and 250 50 cal rounds over.
And he said, not to worry, I'll be fine, and I'll talk to you when I get back. That was the last time that I had any communication with him.
Get it? How's it look? Look at the camera. I'll come back and we'll drink tea. How's that? We'll drink some tea one day. Yes.
The Army provided us with a full report to include a video.
Do you have fun up there?
One of the soldiers was videotaping this. Now, there was no official reason he wasn't doing it for the Army. He was doing it for himself, probably.
Where's the village elder? Does he live over there? The village elder.
They were talking to the so-called village leaders, and they indicated that there was a couple of bunkers with weapons, old weapons and ordnance that was left by, obviously, the Taliban. What they normally do is when they find this stuff, they organize it and they dispose of it by blowing it up.
I have 8 mortar fuses, right? 50 mortars.
The battalion has an ordnance team that's what they do. They set it up and they dispose of it safely.
20 hands fuses, break.
2 cases of 40 mic API.
And 2 cases of 40 mic API rounds over.
However, it was late afternoon, and battalion could not get this team out there, and the lieutenant said, "Well, we have a staff sergeant here who's some sort of an ordnance person, and I think he'd be able to do it."
That's how it works. You put it in the tube.
That's all right. That's all right.
Put it in the tube. Usually comes right here. Usually comes off.
So how are you gonna blow all this up?
C4. Boom. The entire thing would be gone.
Nice.
It is January 29, 2004.
And the video showed when they were actually in the bunker and setting up the ammunition and ordnance.
Here we are again, once again, Kyle Seitzinger here with Benjamin Gilman, the motivated, explosive expert from 10th Mountain Division. Basically what he's doing here, he's going to put all the 50 cal rounds and the 40 cal rounds on the bottom, and then on top he's going to put the roughly what I have 60 millimeter mortar rounds on top of that. And then beside that, on top of that, Benjamin, we're going to put the RPGs.
All right.
So we're all from smallest to biggest on top, and then on top of that you're going to put C4 and everything, correct?
Right.
How many pounds of C4 do you need for today's operation?
About 40.
40 pounds of C4? So we're going to use about 40 pounds of C4 today, which that's some firepower. That alone will leave you a big crater, much less all this. So we're going to hear a pretty big boom today, and of course you're going to see that later on in today's episode.
It's going to take this building down. This whole building down, put a big hole in the ground.
Now, this particular ordnance person probably knew how to dispose of weapons and ammunition, but he was not really trained in identifying different types.
All right, this is the C4 plastic explosive, roughly 1.25 pounds, and it takes fire and pressure to ignite. Once ignited, it's one of the most powerful explosives known to man. And Sergeant Gilman here is preparing the demolition now. And Gilman is going to blow this place to smithereens today. So thanks for tuning in. This is Kyle Seitzinger from Afghanistan.
What do you make of all this, bud?
Another day, another dollar.
Part of the video the soldier that was taking the pictures of them actually setting up the weapons cache, and he asked various soldiers, well, you know, what's going on? In fact, he asked Curtis. He said,
So, man, what's your event?
It's very cold out here.
Very cold. It's gonna make a large boom.
You just get that video? Did you see?
Yeah, I saw that.
Video? Yeah, a very big boom.
You ever seen a cache like this before?
Not like this one. No. This is good. Looking forward to seeing the one down yonder. This will be a big.
So, Scott, have you seen a cache as large as this before?
No. It's a fairly large cache site.
Nice.
and it blew up. I lost my son, Curtis Mancini, who was 43 years old. I lost him on January 29, 2004. He was killed in an explosion in Afghanistan.
If, 8 or 9 years ago, if somebody told me I'd be spending so much time down here, I would say, well, why would I do that? This is my wife's first. I usually see her first.
When the captain and the chaplain came to the door, I said, this has to be some kind of a mistake. It has to be a mistake. So that was quite devastating, obviously. My wife was sitting on the other couch. She didn't see who was at the door. And when she said, who is it, John? I said, Erika, it's not good news. Of course, we both went ballistic. That was the most difficult thing. I don't think anybody's prepared. When people have someone there that's in harm's way, they figure it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen to us. It's not going to happen to him. It's not going to happen to her. And I think you get that feeling. You say, okay, they're going to be safe.
Sometimes after I visit the graves, I just sit in my truck and just sit here and I drink my coffee and I kill 45 minutes to an hour just sitting here. And then at some point in time I decide, well, I need to leave. And that's the way it's been. I've been doing this for over 7 years.
He wasn't satisfied with just doing one mission. He wanted to go back again because he felt that he needed to do that. I said, Curtis, you've got a family. You've got 3 children. You've got a job waiting for you. I said, they need you. I said, you've already done enough. You've been in Iraq. You've done your share. And this is a military guy talking. I'm saying, go home and enjoy your family and go back to work. Well, obviously he didn't take my advice. So he would rather go rather than see his children go. So that was his attitude. There were 8 soldiers that were killed.
What's going on, tough guy?
The camera survived the explosion. The Army provided us with the video. I wanted to see it. My wife never saw it. My wife never saw it. She didn't want to see it. When his body came up from Dover, Delaware, a recommendation was made to the funeral director that he should not be shown. The casualty officer that was assigned to me said that he will check the body out to make sure that the uniform was in order, everything was in order. The funeral director asked if we wanted to see the body. My wife, believe it or not, felt that she wanted to. And I quite frankly, I talked her out of it. I said, I don't think so. I said, I don't want to see, because they explained that they said that his body was intact, but his head was wrapped, you know, so I didn't want to see that. And I didn't want my wife to see it either. And, you know, she brought it up many times before she passed away, but, you know, John, I should have seen Curtis. I just wanted to touch him. I said, well, I didn't think it was a good idea. I said, we got to remember him like this. But I don't know why I felt that I needed to see that video. The picture that's on the stone, that was probably seconds before he was killed.
So, Mancini, what's your event?
It's very cold out here.
Very cold.
Did you just get that video? Did you see?
Yeah, I saw that.
To actually see the video and actually hear my son's voice on the video was very, very difficult. I don't know what closure means. I really don't know what closure means.